everyone. How are you doing today? I've got a question for you. The question is this: do you know what the like factor is in your marriage? And do you know how to turn it up? Hi, my name is Kelly, pastor, police chaplain, marriage coach, and author of the book Turn It Up: How to Have the Lifelong Marriage That You Really Want. And I've been just remembering some things that has really helped me in my marriage. And one of those is a conversation I had with a friend of mine when I was writing my book. And I told him about some of my ideas. In fact, his name is Rick, and we were on our way to go play golf one day. And he said, I think that all marriages need three things. They need love, like, and longing. Actually, he used a different word than longing, but I switched it to longing because that's a little bit more, user-friendly. The other one came with a little bit more baggage. So what did he mean by that? And it really challenged me to think about my own marriage. And then definitely this is something I've been sharing with couples now for quite some time in my marriage coaching. So love, like, and longing. Every marriage needs these three things. Love, of course, is the feeling you have towards your spouse, your husband or your wife. You care about them, you honor them, appreciate them, you have warm feelings for them, right? You want to be with them, and there's a lot of harmony and strong connection. That's love, okay? Love is desiring the highest good, I think is a great definition for what love is. Then there's longing, and longing is, of course, sexual desire and attraction and connection. And for married couples, sex is a gift from God. I like to teach that it's like fire. Fire is both beneficial. It's going to warm your home and cook your dinner, but fire can also destroy you and hurt you if it's not used properly. And that's really what sex is. Sex, out of its context of marriage, is very, very dangerous and very hurtful because it connects two people that are not ready to be connected in that way. But when you're married, then it is absolutely a gift from God and something He wants you to enjoy. So there's love and there's longing, but there's also like. And that's what I want us to talk about today. What is like? Love, like, and longing. What is like? Like is companionship, friendship. It's enjoying each other's company. And there are some things you can do to increase the like factor in your marriage. But the first question, of course, is where are you at now? Where would you rate yourself on a scale maybe of 1 to 10, with 1 being, we hardly ever spend any time with each other, and 10 being, we're always together and we're having a great time all the time? Well, I would imagine for most marriages, we're probably in the middle, or maybe towards the high side, maybe towards a 6 or 7, something like that. I don't think there's very many marriages who are up at 9 and 10, but there's probably some, and I'm excited about that. But you first need to kind of assess, where are you, or where would you like to be? And then what you can do is say, all right, what do we need to do to get there? Okay, what do you want? What do you need to do to get there? So here are some suggestions on how to increase the like factor in your marriage or in your relationship if you're dating. So number 1 is this: invest time and build the likability in your relationship. Invest time. And I use the word invest instead of spend, but it takes time. You cannot create of great feelings of like towards each other by just occasionally seeing each other. I talked to one couple and their schedules were so opposite. They said, we feel like we're ships passing in the night. They never talk. They never spend much time to get together. Well, obviously, a marriage like that is going to have lots of problems. Why? Because they're not strengthening or building or even maintaining their connection. And definitely the like factor is going to suffer. So what you need to do is to second step is prioritize this. Prioritize like. And the way you do that is that you carve out time to put it on your schedule. You're going to think of things that you can do, and then you're going to put them on a calendar. And I know it doesn't sound very spontaneous and it doesn't sound a lot of fun, like, oh my goodness, you have to make an appointment with yourself in order to spend time with me. No, but life gets busy. Work, kids, other commitments, other family events going on. And it's really, really helpful to just say, okay, when are we going to have time for just the two of us? When are we going to go out on a date? Like we used to when we were dating before we got married, or when we were first married, where we didn't have as many responsibilities as we do now. So when you think about investing time and doing things together, what I want you to think about is two different categories. One is definitely more female oriented and the other is definitely more male oriented. But there's really kind of two categories of activities that you need to be including in order to build the like factor in your marriage. And the activities are like this: face to face and shoulder to shoulder. So this is simple. Face to face means here you are looking at each other, right? You're face to face, like you're having dinner, you're having lunch, you're talking about things, communicating about things, you're spending time together, you're creating and having fun and having a great connection. And a great way to do that, of course, is to share a meal together. Why? Because you have to stop, okay? Don't turn on the TV, don't read a magazine, don't look at your phone. Put all that stuff aside, turn off the TV, sit there face to face and talk to each other face to face, okay? And by the way, that's why it's really helpful to go out to eat. And if you don't like going out, and I understand a lot of people are still a little, scared of restaurants these days, and that's fine, then bring the food home, but don't just sit side by side at a counter, sit face to face and actually create an atmosphere like you would have in a restaurant where you are there with each other talking face to face. Shoulder to shoulder is definitely something, by the way, face to face is something that women tend to enjoy and appreciate more. The other kind is now for the guys. We like shoulder to shoulder. Think about it. When guys get together with guys, what are they doing? Okay, sometimes they're going out to eat, but a lot of times it's like, hey, come on over and let's watch the game together. Okay, now they're sitting on a couch, they're shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder. They're next to each other and they're facing outwards and they're watching something together. So it's a movie or sports or maybe they're playing a game. Maybe they're out in the backyard, if you have or in the driveway, if you have a basketball hoop, they're shooting hoops or, playing ping pong, anything where there's some kind of activity. Shoulder to shoulder would include like going and playing racquetball or tennis or golf. Golf is a great shoulder to shoulder activity, which is why I think more men play it than women, because you're out there with your buddies and you're cheering each other on, and yeah, you're keeping score, but it's more about the having fun with your friends, really. So that's side by side or shoulder to shoulder. So what I encourage you to do to build the like factor is invest time and do things that you mutually enjoy. Prioritize this. Put it on your calendar. Think about it ahead of time. Then, as you spend time with each other, here's a couple of other thoughts that you could do as well. I want to encourage you to to discover new things that you and your spouse can do together. Okay, discover new things. So what are those? Well, maybe look, and I get this magazine every quarter from the city that I live in, and it has this book of different classes and recreation things. So maybe there's a salsa dance class. I don't know. Maybe there's a ballroom dance class at your community center. And if there's not, I bet you there's places, studios where you can go and pay a teacher and then you guys can do ballroom dancing once a week. Think about the things that you enjoy doing or that might be kind of fun together, and start doing them. Going on bike rides, going for walks. And then the other thing that you can do is not only discover new things, but think about the things that you used to do, the things that you used to spend time with when you were first dating or first married. Okay, maybe it was going for walks, whatever. Maybe you did play golf together. My wife and I would never play golf together. She just thinks it's a waste of time. I enjoy it, but that's okay. We each have our own different things that we like to do. One of the things that I like to do is go shopping actually with my wife. When we do sort of let's go to the mall, let's just look around at all the different stores, we might, so we're not really shopping for an item. That's a little bit different, okay? So let's go to Target. We're going to buy something, an outfit for one of our grandkids or something like that. Or she's looking for something for herself, a pair of shoes or, whatever, blouse or something like that. That's a little bit different. But when we just go and just kind of walk around and browse, I like that kind of shopping. Maybe you like something like that. Maybe that's something you did early on in your relationship. Going to movies is another fun thing that you can do. Of course, you can do that at home with your DVD player or streaming service or whatever like that. But it's doing the things that you like to do and spending time with each other, both face to face and shoulder to shoulder. The other idea, though, that I would have for you or suggestion is to do unexpected things. Okay. So an unexpected thing would be this. You spend some time thinking, what can I do to do something fun with my wife, with my husband? And then you surprise them. They come home from work and you say, hey, honey, tonight we're going out to dinner. And you just, you don't let them say no. Of course, I mean, if they really object, then, that might be something you might want to reconsider and listen to, of course. But, it's like, hey, we're going to go, we're just going to do something fun and we're going to have a good time together. And so do something unexpected, surprise them, bless them, do something that you think they would really enjoy. So gentlemen, if your wife likes going out to eat, then surprise her and go out to eat. I mean, you could always ask her ahead of time, hey honey, do you got any plans for tonight? I'd like to take you out to dinner. And then away you go from there. The other thing that you could do, of course, that would strengthen the like factor is to plan things together. Like vacations. And that's, of course, another way to build the like factor is making sure that you spend time together on vacation if you can afford it. And I know sometimes a vacation maybe is just a day at the beach, and that's really all you can afford, both time and money. But you know what? It's something. So even if it's something small, or, a week, whatever you can afford, do something where you get away from your daily routine and enjoy time together. And I would encourage you, if you have kids or grandkids like my wife and I do, okay, yes, you need to do family vacations. Absolutely. Have a great time with the kids, with the grandkids, and enjoy that kind of family experience. But then if you can afford it, and if you can't afford it, don't feel guilty about this, but if you can, schedule another getaway for just you and your spouse, the two of you. Maybe it's around an anniversary or a holiday or a 3-day weekend, but hey, let's the two of us go away together, even just overnight at a local hotel, okay, can be a mini vacation, right? You go out to eat, you have a nice romantic evening, at this hotel, and then have breakfast together the next morning, and then you're back home in the afternoon. It can be a short mini vacation if you do that. So take vacations together, but then don't forget about planning together. I actually read that one of the stress relievers that a vacation provides begins in the planning stages. Think about it, because now you're out of your routine and you're thinking about and talking about, hey, let's go here. Let's go, spend a few days, at the beach or up in the mountains or, wherever you like to go. It doesn't really matter. And then you start thinking about doing that. Where do we want to stay? What restaurants do we want to go to? Do we need to make reservations? What activities do we want to plan on? And you start booking some of those activities and planning things and booking the hotel or getting your RV together or whatever it might be. Those are great ways to strengthen and increase the like factor in your marriage and relationship. So let me review. What are some of the things that I'm talking about? I want to encourage you to strengthen the like factor in your marriage by investing time in doing mutually enjoyable activities. And remember, we talked about face-to-face and shoulder-to-shoulder. Also, make this a priority, okay? And think about it and plan on, really put some thought into it and plan things. Plan things together, okay, like a vacation, and then put it on your calendar and schedule it. Don't make this just be something like, well, we'll go out whenever we get around to it. Well, you know what? You probably won't. There's always stuff that needs to be done. But if you can afford it, like I say, and sometimes money is really challenging. And if money is challenging, don't let it be. Come up with some low-cost options. Going for a walk at a local park, okay, and then stopping for ice cream is a great way to spend an afternoon and enjoy each other's company, okay? You can come up with some really low-cost options that will fit your budget or, that would be free. Do unexpected things, and then, of course, do some special things like vacations and getaways and stuff, things that are just out of the ordinary that you can then look forward to and plan on and then enjoy together. Last point I want to bring up is this. Ask God to help you. Ask God to help you increase the like factor in your relationship. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 6 goes like this: in all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Okay, so what does that mean? It means acknowledge simply means to invite. Hey, God, I want to acknowledge you. I want to acknowledge that I need your help. I want to acknowledge that I need your guidance. I need your wisdom. So, Lord, would you please give me some creative ideas so that I can be a blessing to my husband, a blessing to my wife, so that we can do something out of the ordinary, so that we can learn to like each other more, okay? And ask God, pray about it, listen to the guidance of the Holy Spirit, and then go do those things. Have a great time together. But recognize that you can invite God even into a challenge like this, okay? So the way to build the like factor, and remember, all marriages need three things, according to my friend, and I agree with this wholeheartedly. They need love, they need like, and they need longing. So maybe in another video I'll talk about sex, but today we're talking about building the like factor. The love factor is the admiration and trust and connection that you have, the commitment that you make to each other, which is foundational. You got to have that. But you also need to have the like and the longing. So build all three. Marriages that are in trouble are usually marriages that have 2 out of 3, or maybe even only 1 out of 3. Okay, and so work on the other 2 or work on the one that's missing. And for most of us, probably the thing that goes first is the like factor. So spend some time working on like, build your relationship, build your connection, strengthen everything, strengthen things in your life, and you will get to enjoy the marriage that you really want. The title of my book, by the way, is Turn It Up, How to Have the Lifelong Marriage That You Really Want. And so videos and podcasts are ways that I'm helping people doing this, but I also offer marriage coaching. I like to think of myself as a communications coach that helps couples learn how to communicate better, because that's what we spend a lot of time talking on about in my coaching sessions with couples. How can we say things differently? How can we do things a little differently so that you can have a better connection and solve the challenge or problem that you might be facing, and to build that great connection that you want? So that's it for me for today. Like, subscribe, share, all the fun stuff that you could do with recordings like this. I really appreciate it. And may God bless you, and may God bless your marriage. Bye-bye for now.